This is Del Otse Nango, Kennel Club, Saturday, June 7th. Master Interior Trial 2, Room 1. We used the back half of this room. The green dots were our start line. And we had some boundary markers here that took this corner and all this stuff out of play. There were 2 hides in this room. We were working this half of the room. Both hides were inaccessible, mirrored hides. We had a hide in this blue stack of chairs, and there was a second hide in the red stack of chairs. This turned out to be challenging for some teams. Dogs would indicate on the presence of odor here, get pulled away by this, or vice versa. And some of the handlers would assume that once the dogs caught one, that they were done with this space. Towards the end of the day, the sun started to come through and started to pull that odor all the way over to this area here. Several of the dogs came out to the little green chair, came over to the edge of the desk here, and then walked straight back into that hide. With the door in the back opening and closing, we did have some push-pull of odor, and there was some odor collecting on these trays down here and a little bit on the table. We did have a couple false alerts, but overall the dogs did a really, really nice job. This was room 2, Master Interior Trial 2. Our start line was here with the green dots. We had boundary markers in red going around this classroom, coming down to the edge over here, and then the rest of this part of the classroom was all in play. There was a single threshold hide in this room. It was tucked inside the hinge of this cabinet. Dogs did a beautiful job either catching it right as they passed, or earlier when the sun was coming out, the odor was being pulled all along the base of this cabinet. The dogs were working here and then just walking right back to source. Beautiful job there. Handlers that were comfortable calling the rest of the room blank went on to room 3. Great job for everyone. Master Interior Trial 2, room 3. The doorway was our start line. Right off the bat in this room, we had an inaccessible threshold hide in this plastic shelving unit. This hide was moving out into this space here, and it was also collecting a little bit down on the cabinets. If the dogs were able to spend a little time here when they first came in, they caught it right away. Otherwise, the dogs actually caught it on the way back. There was a second inaccessible hide in this fan right at the very end of the search area, which is demarcated by these red dots. This hide was collecting also underneath the cabinet. There was some convergence with the threshold hide. A couple of dogs started to work this, and then as they got pulled out, they got this hide, but unfortunately may not have had a chance to get back to that second hide in the fan. The third hide was all the way in this cubby, and it was tucked right in this piece of the bracket for the drawer. The sun came out and started pulling odor up, and it was coming up this way and then collecting here in this corner. Dogs did a beautiful job of either pulling their handlers into this cubby, or if they came in at the handler's suggestion, they worked this corner. Some dogs passed it and then went right back to it. Other dogs worked up this way and then got to source. Everyone did a really, really nice job. The challenge in this room was the threshold hide as soon as you came in, and making sure that you cover your search area by working deep into a cubby. Dogs did a really nice job in here. Everyone did a beautiful job searching. We saw some really lovely teamwork. Congratulations to everyone.